All right, we leave it there and shift our focus to the top focus of the hour coming in from the United States. Tensions are, of course, currently rising in the United States following what happened to Jimmy Kimmel, where, of course, there was an indefinite suspension following a controversial monologue. Well, U.S. Senator Ted Cruz has accused the head of the Federal Communications Commission, Brendan Carr, of acting like a mafioso over the suspension of late-night host Jimmy Kimmel, while Cruz slammed Carr for threatening to revoke ABC's broadcast license after Kimmel made controversial remarks about slain conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. Cruz warned that such government interference in media could backfire on conservatives if power shifts. President Trump defended Carr, while other Republicans expressed concerns about the threat to free speech. The controversy has sparked intense debate over media freedom and political influence in the U.S. Well, joining us at this point in time is Mr. Ross Feingold, political analyst, joining us at this point in time. So thank you so much for your time speaking to us on NewsX. Well, what do you make of the statements that have been made by U.S. Senator Ted Cruz?
Ted Cruz is a lawyer by training and experience before he became a senator. And he certainly knows the law. And in this case, when he voices concerns about potential damage to the free speech rights that Americans enjoy under the Constitution, he's correct. Government in the United States under the Constitution is not supposed to, or it's prohibited from inhibiting free speech. Now, of course, there's always restrictions, for lack of a better word, that apply to the free speech rights. For example, if I slander someone, then I'm going to face potential legal consequences for doing so if I threaten someone. So the right to free speech is very broad, other than some of those exceptions. And government is not supposed to restrict speech that government doesn't like. So people who have expressed concerns, whether they're Republicans or Democrats or liberals or conservatives, those are legitimate concerns. And I think the Trump administration understands this. After this moment passes, I would expect President Trump himself probably not to so directly say that he wants to revoke licenses of media outlets.
Absolutely. You know, we've seen so many protests pan out. There are netizens on social media, of course, saying that, you know, it's not just about the Jimmy Kimmel show. It's a larger spectrum of things that come into place. The fact that people don't want to be silenced. Do you think that is going to perhaps have an impact with regards to Jimmy Kimmel and the show that has, of course, now been put on an indefinite pause?
It's an interesting question because pressure is growing in the other direction on the television network to put the show back on. And the company now is caught in the middle because on the one hand, they do have to do business with regulators. They do have issues in front of the federal government, whether we like it or not. The reality is, like in any country, they have to make sure that they stay in the good graces of the government. Again, that's just the reality of being in a business that's highly regulated, which theirs is. On the other hand, there's this growing public demand to say, stand up for the free speech rights, push back against the criticism from the Trump administration. So the company is caught in the middle here, and we're going to have to wait and see what they ultimately decide. But the interesting thing there is, let's just say for discussion purposes that they permanently cancel the show. There'll be a lot of angry viewers. Some viewers will probably boycott the television network for a while. And Jimmy Kimmel is going to show up in a format or on a platform that's not regulated by the FCC, such as obviously on a social media platform. So he'll show up on YouTube or X and move his show there. So ultimately, he's probably not going to be silenced, even if ABC doesn't bring him back on.
Right, absolutely. With that, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast, sharing your